got it. And oh, I always got to make it hard for that one to press the button. All right, everyone, how are we all? Thank you, Peter. So I'm Evan. I'm going to be teaching you. So I've actually got two screens up there. So you want to see the one that says Evan's iPhone, so you can see this screen with my hands are in it. That's the one you need to be looking at. The other one is just my computer, so I can see you all while I'm using my phone as a camera. One thing Peter didn't mention was there's a chat, so you're quite welcome to chat in there, and if you can ask me questions in there. But try and, well, don't try, be nice to each other in there, and yeah, no spamming with lots of different emojis and things like that as well. Okay, so let's get started. I know we've got a few new people here. I did have a list from last week, but I think that might be the other class, I'm not sure. A list of things people wanted to draw. Yeah, that was the other class. All right, so Janisha, start off with a Janisha question. How are you?
It's just, can we draw an owl today as well? An
owl? Yeah, okay, let's draw an owl. We'll start off with an owl. Has anyone else got a suggestion? Put it in the chat. So hit the chat and type in what you want to draw and we'll see what I get up to today. Okay, thanks, Janisha. Good suggestion. Okay, so let's see. There we go. Okay, so an owl. Why don't we just do an owl creature, an owl type creature? So we're going to start with a circle. Like that. I'm just being rough and messy. It doesn't have to be perfect. Marish, have you got a question?
After this, can I show my drawings that I did?
Yeah, well, you can show them and I can have a look at them while I'm drawing if you want to. I'll come in on if you want to hold them up. You'll have to turn your background off, maybe. I'm not sure. So in this is going to be the owl's head. So I'm just going to divide it up down the middle like that. And then that's going to divide it in half. And then I'm going to put a line down low. And that's where I'm going to put the beak. So I'll zoom out a little bit on that. So the beak I'm going to draw like a raindrop, upside down raindrop. Or I could turn the whole page upside down like that and draw a raindrop. So pointy towards this, towards the bottom, like that. So it should look like that. Oops, almost knocked my tea over, like that. Annabelle, have you got a question?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Can we follow what you were drawing?
Yes, unless you want to draw something on your own. If you don't want to draw what we're actually drawing at the time, you can draw something else. But otherwise, yeah, follow me. I just saw all the things people have been putting there. I want popcorn. Gorilla, dragon, wow. Gorilla, castle, fairies, mermaids, nice dog. There's a lot of gorilla, or is it Strath? Strath just keeps saying gorilla, gorilla, gorilla. Okay. Anissa, you got a question? Well, we continue with this owl. I'm going to draw some big circles.
Can we do a princess next?
Okay, well, yeah, well, that'll fit in with some of the other things. Maybe I'll do a gorilla princess.
Nah.
So those big circles are the feathers, and then I'll do the eyes smaller, maybe down here. So these are the eyes, these two dots. These are just going to be feathers. We'll add some detail to those later. My hand there. Anna, have you got a question?
Can we draw a panda?
A panda, okay. I'll add that to the list.
They're my favorite animal.
Oh, okay. I like red pandas. But yeah, probably not going to get to all of these, but I'll see what we can do. Okay. All right, so Next, I'm going to draw a little curve or a circle shape under the beak. That's going to be another little frilly bit. I'm just going to move this up a bit because I'm going to do the body. I'm not going to draw a huge body. I'm going to make him pretty short, like a little chibi, cute little owl. I love red pandas. Who said that? Cora. I've actually fed red pandas before I went to, where was it? Symbio, I think it was. And I have a photo of me and my son, and we're feeding red pandas. So this is the base, the ground, or a branch. We could draw some little sausage shapes to be his or her claws, feet. 1, 2, 3 on each side. Anissa, you have another question?
As you were saying with the red panda, and you said about the symbio, I went to symbio once before for my excursion at school, and the last place we went is the red pandas, but we couldn't feed it because it was very high up. But it did feed goats, sheeps, and
Yeah,
then
you can feed lots of them.
they took away my packet. They just snatched.
Yeah, they always do that.
Yeah, they're very snatchy.
I went into the enclosure and I was standing in the enclosure and feeding them out of my hand.
Do you work there?
No, you can pay extra and go and do that and have photos taken and stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
it was very fun there.
Yeah, it is. So this is just like a bit on the chest, another bit of feathers, and then I'm going to draw a little curve on the side here and join it up for the wing. I'll do the same on the other side. So it's almost like a candy cane curve, and then join it up with the body. Okay. So it's getting a bit messy, so I'm going to rub out some of these construction lines. You don't need the lines inside the wings there, and the lines inside the toes. And the last thing I'm going to do before I clean it up is add a few little tufts of feathers on the side of the head. Sometimes people think they're ears, but they're not, the little tufts. It could be near their ears. Actually, I think their ears are lower. Anna, have you got a question? Anna? There you go. What's your question?
I went to a zoo and I got to feed animals.
Yeah. What kind of animals did you feed?
Like sheep, pigs. The pigs were fighting.
Oh, okay. That sounds like fun.
And kangaroos.
Oh, cool. I think we're going to do a gorilla next, and then we'll do a princess.
One is sleeping, so that one didn't really eat, but I tried that once.
Okay, so back to the drawing. Now I'm going to add some more detail, but I'm instead of using my pencil, you can use your pencil and press a little bit harder, but I'm just going to use a felt tip pen because it's easier for you guys to see. This is just a Sharpie pen. It's only got a thin nib. Let's see how tiny that is. Where a normal Sharpie has a big fat end, so you can see the difference there. So I just want a nice thin one. Or you could use a pen, just a normal biro with a little pen like that. Or you can just use a darker pencil or just press a little harder with your pencil. So I'm just going to start by going around the beak, and I might put in some little nostrils as well. And then maybe I'll make him a little bit sleepy. So I'm going to put a line through his eyes at the top, like that. and then just trace around the bottom of the eye. So if I then went back and erased the top of the eyes, it looks a little bit sleepy. Get some eraser still stuck on there. That was a lot of exclamation points, Janisha. Might put a little bit of line, a little curve at the top for his eyelids. Now this bit on the bottom here, I'm going to turn it into feathers. So I'm just going to do sort of feathery curves. It's also called scalloping. You know, it makes it a little fluffy. And I'm going to do that on his those eye curves as well. They don't all have to be the same. They don't all have to join up. Some can just be lines. Some can be curves. And you don't have to do it all the way around. You can leave some gaps. Okay, let me just erase around that so you can see the gaps that I've left. So if I was coloring this in, I'd probably do this a lighter color than the feathers on the head. But see how it doesn't join up everywhere? Because you don't have to have outlines on every single thing. Anna, have you got another question?
Actually, no.
Okay, you just still had your hand up. All right. So just add some of those tufts to the ears, the little tufts on the side of the head. Marish, have you got a question?
Last time I went to the zoo and I also saw a red panda.
Oh, nice.
We went on an excursion.
And what zoo was that?
The Sydney Zoo.
Taronga Zoo?
No, Sydney.
Oh, Sydney one, the one that's out west.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to that one too. It's a good zoo. So I'm just drawing around the head. I'm just drawing straight lines. You can still do some of those feathery fluffs, make him look a little fluffier if you want. And then especially on the chest bit, you want to do those little fluffs. Little fuzzy, feathery chest. Where is she? Just asked you one. I can't remember that. Niels, have you got a question? So with the wings, I'm going to keep them straight.
Are you using just for the like the light bits? Are you using a erasable pen?
No, this is pencil. This bit's pencil. So I'm just using here a pencil. It's a, I don't know what kind of pencils. Oh, there's a Faber-Castell pencil. It's a 2B, and then I'm just rubbing out with a normal eraser. So there's nothing special. The only thing you might not have is the felt tip pen. But you don't have to use a felt tip pen. You can use a normal pen or a texter or just a darker pencil. Okay, so on those wings, I'm going to add, because wings have different layers of feathers, so I'm going to do some scalloping on each side, like that. And then put lines down in the pointed section, in the bottom section. Joey and Layla, have you got a question?
I turned mine into a sea monster.
Oh yeah? You want to show me? That sounds cool. Let me change my view. Now I can do something. Hang on. Where are you? Oh, cool. That's great. Well done. Good job. That's really good. All right, so we're almost done. I'm just going to trace around the toes or the talons. You could add little claws to the end, just do a few little lines in there because birds have scaly feet. They evolved from reptiles. And then just, oh, actually, we should probably give him a tail. So I'm just going to draw in a branch or something that he's standing on, like that. Can make it look like wood by putting some wibbly lines in, like that. And then I'll draw his tail down the bottom. So down the bottom, I'm going to put in a shape just with my pencil, maybe a bit angled like that. And then I'm going to trace off some of those feathers, and I'll add in a few little other ones here and there. Some scalloping as well. And there's his tail. Got a good color in his eyes too. Now, when you're using a felt tip pen, you don't have to press hard at all. Because the tip is so small, you can really ruin them and break them. And they can be expensive as well, so you want to be very careful with them. Okay, so there is our owl. It's a bit of a tongue twister. Owl. Okay, so yeah, let's see. Wow, Tristan, that's good. Kivia, Sydney, yeah, they're really good. Who's that? Anissa, yes, nice, good job. Annabelle, that's good cheese. I like the your Christmas lights, your party lights. Layla, hold that up again. Let me have a look. I can't see. You want to hold that a bit closer, Layla? Sydney, that looks good. There we go. I can see it a bit better. Yeah, it's good. Okay. Good job, everyone. Oh no, that's a lot to read. It's wobbling around. All right. So I think the next thing on the list was a gorilla. Let me just scroll back up. Hello. Gorilla was first in the chat, so that's what we're drawing next. Okay. And you can make him a gorilla princess if you want. Anissa, have you got a question?
I forgot what I was about to say.
Oh, okay, that's right. You
Oh
remember?
no, I remember.
Oh yeah.
When we were doing the like just the, how do I say this, like before we were actually using the felted pen, so everything was messy.
Yes. In
Yeah.
the pencil. Yeah.
Yeah, just with the pencil. It actually kind of looked like this cartoon called Jimmy and Giggles. Like there's someone called Hootabelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't his name just Hoots, the blue owl?
Hoot and Hootabelle.
Yeah.
There was another one.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's what I was trying to say. I forgot how to say, like, when you were like making everything messy and then you just rub it out. But
Well,
now
you could use that for reference as well.
yeah.
Like you could look up images of Giggle and Hoot and use that to draw an owl. Okay, so for the gorilla, I'm going to draw a big chest, and this is sort of his pelvis or his stomach down here and his bottom. That's his back, and that's his chest. So that's the first shape I'm going to draw. I'm not going to draw a skeleton this time. I'm drawing shapes. And then his head I'm going to put over here. rub out that between. I'm going to do a big shoulder here. And his arm's going to come down. For the arm, I'm just going to draw like one big shape. So from the shoulder down to the ground. So we don't need these lines either. Can you sort of see the gorilla now, the shape that it's making? And then I need to draw some feet. So short legs and a foot. And then I do another one over here, a little bit higher and a little bit smaller because it's further away. Okay, so we've got two legs, one arm. Need to draw another arm. The other arm could be just down like that one, or you could have it up and holding something. I'm just going to put it down like that for now. Okay, so gorillas have sort of a large cranium, which is the skull part of the head. It's very sort of long like that. So I'm going to do the eyes, instead of doing the eyes in the middle, I'm going to do the eyes a little bit lower. That's sort of where the eyes are going to go. And the nose, I just drew two noses. Little circle for a nose. I'll zoom into the face so you can see. And the mouth. Might change the shape of the head a little bit and bring it in from the eye. That's where the eye is going to go. Well, they've got a big brow actually, so you can do the brow sticking out. Make sure you guys catch up before I move on too far. Everyone got that so far? And the bottom part, after we come in there, I'm going to draw it a bit rounder. So it's a little bigger. So I can give him a big sort of monkey type mouth. There we go. So you could give him a smiley mouth, or you could have a mouth where he's going ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, it's more monkeys than gorillas. He could have a big open mouth where you can see his big sharp teeth. I like that mouth actually. Monkeys used to be human. Is that what someone just said? I think you got that around the wrong way. Did you know monkeys used to be humans? It's actually real. No. Monkeys are monkeys and humans are humans, but we did share a common ancestor in evolution. So then there's an ear over here. Maybe he looks like he's half angry and half not. I'm going to make him not angry. I always draw angry characters, so I'm going to draw him not angry because it looks like he's sort of surprised. So I'm going to do his big round eyes and have him looking down. So if I have him looking down, I'm going to have his pupils down low. See how it sort of looks like he's looking down. So if I drew something down here, like a big bunch of bananas. That'll be like multiple bananas there. 1, 2, 3, 4 little bananas. So now he's looking at this. Wow, bananas. Could even make him a little to rub out the bottom of his eye, and then put his cheek coming up like that, and then give him a bit of a smile on this side. He's like smiling with his mouth wide open. Draw his tongue in there and his teeth. I'm just going to color in the mouth part. Everything else, it's not tongue or teeth. It's colored in. Draw his little nose in. There we go. Pretty happy. Pretty happy gorilla. Maybe add a little bit of hair at the top. It looks like a monster. Well, it's sort of like King Kong, I guess. He's a monster. He's a giant gorilla. Though he's not really a gorilla. So then we want to give him some furry arms. So I'm just going to do sort of like the feathers we did on the owl, but you can sort of do a bit more jaggedy and sketchy. Then I don't need this whole circle. Then I might bring the arms down a bit. I need to get his hand in the bottom here. So maybe I add some little sausage figures behind there and draw his hand in. And some more furry bits on his wrist. Oh, I just realized that was all out of shot. I think, I'm sorry. So I have to do it on this side anyway. So you're going to see the other side of the hand in this one. So this one, you're going to see the thumb. And then the fingers are going to curve up. Just do them under the thumb. Curve up, curve up, curve up. Like here, I just did the finger curving up. Then added in that little palm. And then as you get down towards the wrist, you can do some shaggy bits. That's sort of it for the arm. I just shaded that one in a little bit, just because it's further away, and it sort of makes it look like it's in shadow a bit. It helps with the depth. It helps your images look a little bit more 3D. See that? You can even make the bananas stand out if you're doing bananas by doing little lines like that. It's like pink bananas. Or sometimes cartoon characters, they do dotted lines to it. That's more from comic strips. So we're going to do pretty much the same thing with the feet. Zoom in a bit. Hold it there. So I'll give him some, well, let me clean up the feet first. Just go around. And I'll give him some toes, just 2 little lines in there. And then towards the bottom, I'll do some shaggy hair bits because they've got hairy legs, but usually no hair on their feet and hands. This one, though, you're going to see the thumb. That's pretty much it. just a little bit of shagginess on his back, and that's a gorilla. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Oops. There we go. Okay. Anna, have you got a question?
Coming to a panda next.
Let me see. I better go. I'm going along the list. Gorilla, dragon. We've done a dragon recently, so I might skip that one. Castle, fairy, mermaid, or princess. Why don't we do a princess panda? Sydney, that's really good. Nice. Yeah, has everyone finished their gorillas? Let's have a look at the gorillas. Evie, that's really good. He looks really scary. Wow. Oh, Corey, yours looks like Cruella de Vil. That's really good. Oh, they're great. Chloe, that's great too. Layla, yeah, they're really good. Annabelle, well done. Tristan, if we draw a princess, you can draw a dragon princess. How about that? Okay, let's start this one. Janisha, have you got a question? For this one, I'm going to turn my page around this way. So
My dad says something funny. I want to tell you.
okay, is it appropriate?
He said beautiful.
That's funny. Okay, so we're going to draw a princess. So we need to turn the page around to portrait. So it's long ways. Let me actually just move this right out. So that way around, not this way. That's landscape. We want portrait, so it's that way. So you can draw a person all the way in there. Okay, so at the top of the page, or close to the top, not all the way to the top. We don't want to draw it up here. We want to give us some space. We will draw a circle for the head of the princess, whether it's a dragon princess or a panda princess or what elf, whatever thing you want, or a queen. Sorry, I was just looking at things. And then we're going to draw a line all the way through the face, through the head, I should say, and then down, 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 for as long as you want, as tall as you want the person to be. So I'm going to do it about that big. So that's the ground, that's where the feet are going to be. And then so just to put in some shapes, I'm going to leave a gap for the neck. And then I'm going to draw like a curved triangle almost. So it's wider for the shoulders and it comes down for the waist. So it's sort of the chest, the shoulders and the chest area. And then this is going to be the hips, and we'll just do the dress coming out there. So I'll just do it sort of coming up that way. Then out the other way. And then just curve the bottom. Unless you want feet sticking out, but I'm just going to do it that the dress goes all the way to the bottom. All right. So there we've got the shape, basic shapes for our princess. A red panda princess. Don't forget the big tail then. Do a nice big, thick, stripy tail. Anissa, have you got a question?
I actually have a comment.
Yes.
But for some reason, this is my first time seeing someone has the same name as me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's another Nisa here.
There he is. You should be best friends because you've got the same name. Okay, so I'm going to change the shape of the head. I'm going to come down here a little bit, and then just make that circle a little pointier at the bottom. So she's got a bit of a chin, and then back up again. And then if I clean up with my eraser, like that. Can we draw what? Princess, mermaid, flowers, apple, cat, flower, clown, shell, Ferris wheel, church, ring, is it marriage? Unicorn, fairy, snow. I don't know exactly what you want from that. Okay, Anna, have you got a question? I'm drawing a line across now for where her eyes are going to go.
Can we draw Sleeping Beauty?
You could draw, we're drawing a princess. So you could draw this princess asleep. Instead of drawing it that way, you could draw it that way and make her asleep.
Okay.
That'd work the same way, I guess. Okay, and Niels, have you got a question while I draw her eyes?
I made mine in the queen from Snow White.
Oh, okay. Like the
Can I
evil
show
queen.
you?
Yeah. Your camera's off at the moment on my
This.
screen.
This.
Hang on, let me see if I can see you on my other screen. No. Because the screen that you are on has it's lagged out. So I'm trying to see if you're on another one of these. Oh, there you are. That's the gorilla one, right?
This is my queen.
Cool. That looks like the same as the gorilla, the same pose as the gorilla.
Oh, it is the gorilla.
Oh, there you go. Move it to the right a little bit.
This?
Yeah, the right. Move it across. Other way. Keep going. No, that's the gorilla. There you go. Ah, very good. Cool. Mirish, you said what kind of princess is this? You could make it into any kind of princess. It could be a human princess. It could be an animal princess. It could be an element, like an ice princess, or or a fire princess. So I'm just doing some detail in her eyes. I just noticed they're a bit crooked. So I'll do a little eyebrow at the top, an eyebrow there. And you can add eyelashes if you wanted, like that. I'll just zoom in a little bit so you can see those. And then for the pupils, draw a little highlight inside and then color in the rest. Okay. Janisha, you got a question?
I said, can we draw a princess, mermaid, flower, apple, cat, firework, clown,
What's a
and
firework?
a shell, Ferris wheel, and the picture of the house with love hearts is a wedding, and then a ring, a unicorn, a fairy, and a snowflake.
Okay, well, you already drew them in the chat, so we don't have to. Well done. But I've got a big list, so we'll get through it.
Okay.
Anna, have you got a question? You can give her a little smiley mouth.
Can we do her hair now?
Yes, I'm about to do her hair. So what kind of hair is this princess going to have? If it's like Rapunzel, she's going to have hair that comes all the way down, or she could have her hair out, so it's just sort of flowing. Or she could have her hair up, or she could be wearing one of those pointy hats with a ribbon on it. So it's really up to you what kind of hair. What kind of hair would you do? Would you do long hair or short hair? I think Anissa's got a. Anissa, what would you do?
Can we do a braid? Like, can you do it?
Yeah, I would have to do it like hanging over the front of her, like Elsa kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
I want
so
something like that, like something like a Rapunzel. I would do like with a little bit of flowers, something like
oh,
that.
okay. Well, let's do a little braid sort of hanging over her shoulder like that. And just off to the side here, I'll show you a nice, easy way to do a braid. So if that was the hair.
I always try to do braids like something like this. Oh wait, my background.
Yeah, turn your background off.
Something like that, what I used
Oh,
to
yeah.
do.
Yep. I
But
know what you're
then
doing.
once I've started to do your class, and then now you're showing me, now I just learned you can do that.
Yeah, well, this is one way you sort of draw as if they're squares almost overlapping. See that? How they're sort of overlapping squares or diamonds.
I have a good idea what to do.
And then you can just draw in between bits like that. So it sort of looks like, I'll go over it with the pen so you can see it. So you get sort of that roughness, that shape of a braid. So that's one way of doing it. Another way of doing a braid is actually drawing the hair coming in and going around like that, which is a bit harder to do because then you've got to have the other bits coming out as well. And they're going to be all interwoven. Like that. That's a bit more realistic, but that's a bit harder to do as well. It just depends on how much time you have to actually draw all those individual braids. So there's two different ways there. Let's rub this up. So this one's easier to do, and because we've just drawn this bit here, I can turn this into like the bottom of the hair, and then I can start drawing the diamonds in here to get that braid shape. I'm just going to switch to my felt tip pen just so you guys can see this a bit better. So the end of the hair, going to make it all jaggy because that's where the ends of the hair are. And then the braid is coming up like this. It's going behind her head, so her head's on top of the braid. Just rub that out. And then on the inside, I'm going to do these curves, sort of crossing over. You could do some one way, some the other way. We'll do them all the same way, like that. So it sort of looks like a bit of a braid. Hope that's helpful. Let's see. Janisha, have you got a question?
Can we draw a puppy next to the princess, like a Pomeranian? That's what I asked in the chat.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that one. Yeah, draw. You can draw it. Do you know how to draw one?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, if I get around to it, I will. So now I'm just drawing a curly fringe on her. So it's drawn like a big S shape over her face and curled it back. And I'll do that on the other side. Doesn't have to be exactly the same because hair doesn't always sit the same. Sort of goes around her eye like that. And then I'll draw sort of up above her hair. Oh, I can hear thunder outside. Annabelle, you got a question? Give me a second. There you go. Last one mute.
Can we do our own style of hair?
Yeah, you can do your own style. I just did the braid because that's what was asked. You can do whatever you want. You can do short hair, you can do long hair, you can do Rapunzel hair if you really want to. And so I just did the fringe, and then I added a little bit extra on top for the top of her head, and then I drew her ear. And she's not going to have any hair hanging down because her hair is all in a braid. Anna, have you got a question?
Mine kind of looks like it has crazy hair because it's actually, because in the story it actually gets pokes her finger on a sewing machine and then she dies, but when she was a little kid, a witch came and told her that she would get poisoned, get like poked when she
Oh,
was,
you're talking about Sleeping Beauty.
yeah.
Yeah.
I even put
Yeah, I know the story of Sleeping Beauty. Oh, there you go. Look, she's even got the Z's. That's nice. So I've added a puffy shoulder on the dress. So the other one, you might see a little bit of it. And just did her arm thin like that. And can do one on the other side as well. Janisha, you got a question? To her other arm coming down.
Finished yet? I'm tired.
We're almost done. We've only got a couple of minutes left.
Ah,
Did you draw your puppy?
I want to draw a sausage dog, but I don't know how.
Well, give it a go, and then I'll see. You can show me. You can just practice. Okay, so we've got her arms, and you can do some detail on her dress. You can make it simple, just like Peach from Mario Brothers. And she has just like a little bit on the bottom, like that. You could give her a little bit on the top. Sometimes I have little bit sort of coming down on either side. Do a little gemstone or something in the middle around her neck. You could give her gloves, long gloves or short gloves. You know, it's sort of a basic princess, and you can always add extra bits. So we didn't give her a crown. You could give her a little crown as well. Let's see, what do we give her? A tiara. So tiara is basically like a headband. I'm going to draw a little jewel in the top there. There we go. Put some details on there. There you go. Pretty simple. And we've only got 7 minutes left. Marish, have you got a question? Sydney, that looks cool.
Can we make a fairy Elsa? Like she
Oh,
has wings?
a fairy Elsa. Oh, you want to add? We could add wings to it. Yeah, easy. Loud. I always have trouble with this thing. Okay. So if you wanted to add, do you want butterfly wings or Ask you on mute again, John. Butterfly wings or insect wings?
Butterfly wings.
Well, butterflies are insect, but you know, dragonfly wings or butterfly wings. So they're going to come from here. So I'm thinking how big I want them. And the top part of a butterfly wing could just go around like that. Well, let's make it a bit more interesting and add a bit on the bottom. Like that. Oops, sorry, that was out of the panel. So then you could do that on the other side as well. Try and get them the same size. Have it coming down to the same length. I've got all those braids there, so I can't really finish that one off. But then on that wing, you could think of how you want to do designs on there. Sometimes they have big spots that look like eyes to scare off birds and other predators. Things like that. So I'm just trying to see what, because we've only got a couple of minutes. Gorilla dragon, gorilla castle. Oh, dog is in there. Okay. So dog was the next thing, or a panda. So why don't just on the bottom here, maybe quickly, we've got 5 minutes left, we can draw a little dog. So here's the head of a dog, and that's going to be the body. It's going to be sitting down next to her. Just a little puppy. So we'll draw a little nose for the puppy. And some little eyes. I give this one long floppy ears. Little mouth and his tongue hanging out. I'll rub out some of those lines while you guys catch them up. Janisha, you got a question? Oops. I'm gonna give him
Are
real.
we finished now?
4 more minutes. If you want to go,
How
you
about
can go.
now?
4 minutes.
Okay. But I know how to draw the back legs of the doggy.
Yeah. Well, do it and let me see. You have to turn your camera back on though. The little feet on the little chubby puppy. And Marish, you have another question? Yeah. And you can draw a little tail as well. Little waggy tail.
When we color, can we color it blue because she's just in Elsa, so she is like frozen?
Yeah, you can color it whatever color you want. While you're finishing that, I'm going to, I can't remember who said they liked the panda or they wanted the panda. And I said turn the princess into a panda, but I'm actually going to just draw a little panda here. Maybe like a little sleeping panda. So you don't have to do this one, but I'm just doing it while everyone's still drawing. I've only got a couple of minutes left. Little Panda sort of sleeping next to her. There we go. Sorry, that was out of the screen again. Anna, we got a question?
I was the one that wanted a panda.
That was you, was it? Did you turn your princess into a panda? No, because you did the Sleeping Beauty one, didn't you?
Because he's sleeping.
There you go. Oh, excuse me. Having a yawn. All right. We have 1 minute left. How did everyone go with their princess? Do you want to show me? Hold it up and let's see. Kiva. I'm trying to figure, I can't see what that is. It's very blurry. Hang on, let me try a different screen. Who's that? Anissa, yeah, that's really cool. Annabelle, very nice. Chloe, that's great. Whoa, Joey just slammed it in the screen. Oh, that's cool. Really nice. Good job. Who is that one? Evie. Evie, that's great. Turned into a fairy princess. Really nice. Sydney, cool. Marish, yeah. Very good. Very good, everyone. Okay. Wow. Okay. Did Tristan, did you end up drawing a dragon? I can't see Tristan anymore. Who's that? Yeah, I've seen that. Okay, cool. Everyone has done it, and we're out of time. So good job, everyone. We did a couple of things. Yeah, we did 3 different things. Hang on, let me grab my things. So we did the princess with some little pets, and we did the gorilla, and we did it now. That's
Okay,
pretty-
well done, everyone. Great jobs. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna unmute everyone now to say goodbye to Mr. Evan, and we see you next week. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.